JCR Giggity Custom Xfinity playoffs. Getting ready to jump in here already to the race. So big points battle between second and all the way from second to eighth, trying to finalize the final four spots going into Homestead. With me, I got it is technically Mo Power Thursday with Mo Powerhauser,
Technically,
and
technically it is.
I got Nuka Bob Owen, Nuka Bob Owen. I like that. But Nuka Bob Quantum also with me. Dude, it feels weird calling you Nuka Bob now.
Yeah, we can just stick with Owen.
Owen,
Feels good to
yay!
me now too.
Good lord, as
Did
soon
it
as I
like a
start the
skinny old
broadcast, got five
schoolgirl.
people up here already.
Hey,
Yeah, we thought we
Alright.
had a tight points battle in the last race. This is tight. I mean, McLovin clearly, he's got 77 points. He's locked in. Buck in second place got 56. Eighth place, Picola Gators got 51. That's 7 cars that have a chance to
Within
make it into
5
the
points.
final four. Yeah, all within 5 points of one another. So stuff might get a little spicy tonight,
Monster
yeah,
Racing in the
to say the least.
22 is one of them cars. He's
and I think
moved.
one thing. Go ahead. I didn't know you were
No,
finished. My bad.
I was gonna say he's was up to second already, but is getting passed by wide open in the 36, who is one of the playoff contenders too. So
And I
most of
think
the
one
field
thing we're
is
going to see.
contenders.
One thing we're going to see consistently. I mean, we've seen it a lot with McLovin. That's why he's currently, as far ahead as he is right now in these playoff standings. We're probably going to see him dominate the race. So right now, I think the battle is going to be for second, spiritually and points wise. But 36 wide open seems to be not let him get too far ahead. But if he and the 22 a monster get the racing, it's not going to be too good.
Yep, that's two of your contenders right there. Right behind them is Jay Tizzle in the '08. He is also one of the. He is actually tied for the fourth spot with Puddin.
Oh, contact. Oh, wait, Jay Tiswell in the 36 wide open allows Buck to slide on in.
Buck, one of the other contenders, he is in second right now, but he's by no means safe at all.
And one of the drivers that's not as close to these guys right now, 9 points out of 8th, so that would put him about 14 out of the second place position. It's going to be Racer X, just really trying to get what he can, kind of shooting the luck here, trying to see what he can do.
Already got 9 viewers out there, and his race has just started. Shout out to everybody out there. Got Nub, he's also in the playoff battle, trying to get those last 3 spots. McLovin is locked in. After that, it's a crapshoot. Did Pico the Gator make the race? Yes, he did. He did. Okay. He is back here in the 8 car. Oh, that's a good looking 8 car.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite schemes to run. Like, obviously being from Carolina, I like the Carolina blue. It's not quite Carolina blue. I think it's a little lighter, but it's all right.
Oh, and
CJ Tizzle get a little loose.
Ooh,
yeah.
Buck in the wall hard.
Yeah, I think he might have got a little help from old Picola there, but they keep it straight and pointed the right direction at least. As McLovin in the JCR McLovin car is he's not pulling away, but
It seems like Monster is pulling away kind of from third and fourth.
He's definitely doing good.
Hey, he's keeping McLovin within almost striking distance,
yeah, he's keeping him at bay.
which is fine for now.
Yeah, we'll
and
see.
I think where he's gaining, McLovin kind of takes a little bit of a wider arc on entry, where the 22 backs it up, and as I say that, he sends it in there. But he's kind of taking it a little easier and beating McLovin through the exit. Right there, just not the greatest corner.
And he caught the wall coming off of 4. That's a place where everybody gets loose at some point in time during the race here. It's one of those trouble spots, especially also coming off of turn 2. Let's see if he gets loose. Nope.
Got a battle between the 1 and the 8 further back. Let's see if Racer X can get the high line rolling here a little bit. That's hard to do at Richmond, but if you can keep the momentum built up and stay off the brakes actually on the high side.
Yeah, it's more possible too in these custom cars, like in the race before this presets. It's pretty much impossible. but with these custom cars, you can change everything. So he did pull it off. Got that 8 car not too far behind though, so that's a battle to keep an eye on.
Personally, I believe the quicker way around here is to keep your foot off the brakes and roll these corners a little more, especially along the bottom. Right on that yellow line, just keep it off the apron, else it'll spin you around quick, as we saw in the preset race.
Yeah, that's what I learned in the preset race, because if you do get too hard on the brakes, it does not turn in at all. So it kind of kills your run. And doing the math, actually, as they run right now, that would put Monster into the 4th spot by 1 point over Puddin'. Puddin's tied with Jay Tizzle right now, so Wide Open would still be P3 in the playoff standings, but that would put Monster right up into 4th.
Still subject to change, though, here before the end of the first stage. McLovin did get the pole, so that point did not come into the playoff battle. He is locked in by how many points? 21? Yeah, 22 now. Yeah. So he could literally back out the race now and still make the Homestead race. That 1 car giving the 08 a shot, making sure he is woke, apparently.
Very nice paint scheme on the 08.
I do like that one. I do.
Normally you don't see purple on a race car, but I'm liking it. Well, not primary purple anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
7, or not the 7, the 1 and the 8 trying to get around him on the outside. It's not the preferred line, but...
It looked like they were trying to bump drafts in the short track.
Yeah, a little bit. Tizzle's going to get wheel loose instead of wheel. That's fine.
But Buck got real tight off the corner right there, losing ground to this little group. The 8's trying to move below the 1 to get to the inside the 08. Gonna try to take both the spots away right here.
And he's going to. It looks like if he gets a good run on the bottom, 08's going to slide up. Yeah, that's going to give it to him.
Are any of them in the top 3 yet? No, the 3rd spot is still held by Wide Open. So P-Po's trying to move his way up to get some of those stage points to close that gap on that 4th spot.
Cola seems to be doing really good.
Yeah, he is the furthest car out, along with Nub. Buck right now is 3 points ahead of the cutoff, but after these stage points get added in, it might be a little bit tighter.
Yeah, if the A2P Cola gets around the 36, that's going to put the 36 actually tied with, actually no, not tied with Tizzle, but it's going to keep him right at where he is, 54. And then if Gator gets that point, that's going to be 2 points the difference between Wide Open and P-Cola. But here comes Racer X.
Yeah, just a reminder, if there is a tie for the 4th spot, like we saw in the custom trucks the other night, it goes to the highest finisher of that race. So.
1 car going out around the 8 P-Cola.
There's
17 laps to go on the stage here.
They're trying to catch that 36 of Wide Open.
Yep, 36.
Yeah, 36 of Wide Open, but everybody's still trying to chase down that JCR McLovin car in 7. Excuse me.
That 22 seems to reel him in a little bit, and then I don't know if he makes a mistake or McLovin just starts to put the hammer down, or what? Because as soon as he gains, it seems McLovin pulls away.
It's 1 and 8 battling every lap right now.
Yeah, that's good for Wide Open too, because they were coming up on Wide Open. Wide Open sitting 3rd in points with coming into this race with 54, 2 behind Buck, so not too bad. Not too bad of a showing for Wide Open so far this race.
Racer X just broke the ankles of that 8 car. They're still side by side.
Yeah, if anybody's ever told you can't get your ankles broken in an Xfinity car, I mean, they lied to you.
These guys just keep racing. That 36 is getting a little bit further out in front of them every time. Actually, it might be falling back now that they're kind of single file, but that's not going to last long.
Now, if I'm one of those 2 cars out there, honestly, I couldn't tell you which one would be the faster car right now to try to just get in line and chase down that 36, get some stage points.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, they've both shown that they can pass one another. Like you just to add to your point, just stay in line, see if you guys can put two cars together and try to catch that car. I mean,
Right now, it seems like the 8 is faster than the 1. He got right up to his bumper there. I don't know if the 1 just didn't have the corner he wanted, but still
the
reeling
one
in the
might have
36.
the one might have used his stuff up a little bit battling here because as you say that the 8 coming right to his inside, gonna clear him going into turn 3.
Yeah, it seems like whoever enters the corner higher every lap really gets the preferred exit and just goes right by on the bottom side. These cars are tit for tat right here.
Yeah, he leaves the door open, runs that second lane. The 1 stays behind him, gets a little loose off exit. So he could have used his stuff up, but he's still staying with him. And they are getting closer and closer to that 36, but I also see that 08 car starting to come in the picture a little bit too behind them.
Monster hasn't let McLovin pull away either, though, up front. Monster needs all the stage points he can get, too.
Yeah, if I'm Monster right now, I'm pretty confident coming into the end of the stage because, I mean, that's striking distance. That's a few adjustments away from being there. So happy to see him up there contending, especially with McLovin being as dominant as he has been this season. Taking him down, plus helping yourself out in the playoff race would be a great win for him tonight. So interested to see what he can do.
They have certainly gapped the 36 and third, though, so not too much to worry about. He seems to be a little bit better for a little bit of time, and then McLovin just kind of finds a stride or turns up the heat a little bit.
That 1's getting trying to inch closer and closer to the back of the 36. So, yeah.
All right, when McLovin crosses the line here, it'll be 6 to go in stage 1.
Winding down pretty quick here. Ty, you want to follow up this stream and check out the comments? See if anybody's.
Yep, I got you.
Want to shout out our sponsor real quick, JCR, putting the prize money on the line for all these drivers in every series.
Yeah, I got 11 viewers out there so far.
Ooh, the 1 catches the wall. He's going to let the 8 get underneath him.
Wide open once again, saying good luck, Gatekeeper Racing. T-Bird talking about Puddin'. You better get that other 6 car to Miami. As T-Bird locked his way in earlier. Paul Bear going for Jay Tizzle. Michael Morgan talking about Steve Letarte commentating. Sounds just like him. I don't know exactly who that was that he's talking about.
I think he's talking about you. Yeah, Steve Letarte actually is from Maine. He has a house like 20 minutes away from my house.
The 2 leaders
really?
are.
Yeah.
2 leaders have.
Oh yeah, you were talking about me. Okay. I feel you. KTatty saying interesting race so far. I agree. We are having quite the points battle. It's going to be like this all night. I'm enjoying watching this rather than doing it. So I'm definitely having a good perspective.
We've got a battle for third and a battle for the lead brewing up here at the end of the stage, though. As the leaders have caught Puddin', trying to put him a lap down here. How many? It should be towards the.
Should have 3 or 4, I believe.
This might be the white flag, actually.
Monster McLovin getting loose.
Oh, Puddin'. Oh, Monster splits the gap between the 2, takes the lead from McLovin.
That is not what you want to see.
And that was the end of the stage. Monster got the lead.
That's going to put Monster in right now in that third spot. Actually, let's see what happened back here. The 36 kept the points. So that's actually going to put the 36 at 55. Monster's going to be at 55 right with him. So that's a tie for the third spot. Puddin' didn't get any. Jay Tizzle did not get any. So, tie for third, and fourth and fifth are still... actually, wait a second. Do the math.
I got you. Monster...
Calculating.
Monster and Wide Open are tied for third. They are the last 2 cars in. Puddin' and Jay Tizzle are the first 2 cars out with 53. There's a 2-point gap between each little 2 groups of cars.
All right, so it's getting tight.
Actually, that kind of, well, yeah, that did. I don't know, that doesn't. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this plays out, honestly. As
Man,
that
you hated
damage,
Button at the end there. Sorry.
yeah, that damage right there at the end probably to McLovin's car lost him a spot, but it does keep him on the inside lane here. As they're taking
Yeah,
the,
I wouldn't be too upset. He knows what he has.
yeah,
Being on the inside's a big help.
they're taking the green flag right here for stage 2. Let's see if anybody can stay with these top 2 here. Maybe Wide Open made an adjustment to keep up with them, as the 22 is pulling away a little bit here. Not too far, those JCR McLovin car. Ooh, sends it in there.
Ooh.
Gets his nose in underneath. Takes the spot.
They're not going to have to pit this stage either, so long run car is going to be key. And it seemed like that 7 car, I didn't really see him get loose that many times in that last run.
Wide Open trying to take advantage of that on the inside of the 22. Ooh, shoots up the track just a little bit into the side of him.
Racer X peeking his nose in there now.
In one car a little bit further behind these guys that needs a really good stage to kind of give himself some breathing room right now does sit P2 by 1 point, literally 1 point back. So the final car that is locked in is the 5 of Buck, starting to make a little bit of headroom, trying to get up through the field.
Not the best first stage for him, nor Puddin, who is battling it out for these final spots in the championship race.
And watching Puddin stream right now, he does have rear end damage and some right side damage, so he's probably hanging on right now, trying to get every position he can.
If that 36 made an adjustment, he definitely made the right one. He's sticking with McLovin, but then again, I think we saw that same thing with the 22 that stuck with him pretty early, but he's still doing the exact same thing the 22 did, and the 22 is not far behind, as the 8 of P. Cole is right now in that 4 spot.
Yeah, that 8's going to need to make up as many points as he can to close in that gap to that 4th spot right now. He's 4 points behind the 4th spot. But with Wide Open and Monster ahead of him, it's not doing him any favors either. One of the biggest disadvantages right now would be Buck. As yeah, he's 1 point ahead of the cutoff, but I think we're going to see a good little points battle here at the end of this race. It might come down to a tiebreaker, just like in trucks.
Definitely going to be interesting to watch, because right now, I mean, we've talked about the 3 drivers that are behind McLovin, the 36, the 22, and the 8. The 1 not really in too much contention, but Buck right now actually getting passed by Jay Tizzle, who again needs to get some points, not necessarily in a horrible spot, but if he doesn't get points, he's getting closed in on pretty quickly, as the 22 is now side by side with the 36, trying to get around him, might open the door for the 8 of Picola.
If Pico can get that one. Ooh, he might try to take it 3 wide, get the 2nd place. Now he tucks it in behind the 22 right there. Moves him up into the 3rd spot.
Then Kate saying he can't sleep. Well, this racing might not help you, because it's definitely high adrenaline. So if you're doing the math like we are, waiting to see who makes the championship 4, it's going to put you in even more of a worse spot there, didn't Kate?
McLovin is starting to gap him just a little bit here, but they are racing hard behind them.
The 1 Racer X starting to get his nose up there.
Yeah, Picola trying to find a way to get around this 22 car. Has gotten up and putting her battling for a spot back here.
Ooh, contact from the 8 to 22.
Oh yeah, this might be. Now this, points wise, this is an important battle, because them swapping positions would if they swap positions, it'll tighten the gap in points. If it stays like this, it just furthers the gap. So Picola really would like to get by this 22 if he has a chance for sure. 15 viewers out there right now checking out this playoff Xfinity race. Celtics out there in the YouTube said, Mo Power. That's right. We got a new Mo Power member in Hazard over
Yeah, I'm
here.
definitely excited.
Yeah, we got a little, there's a few teams collaborating that's got some Mo Power members. I know NRG, he's one of the Mo Powers. Celtics, Flirt has an account that has that, but I don't know if he's going to use it. Dougie, he has one as well. We got a few people now. You got your JCR groups out there. You got your OGRs. You got whatever, what they're like, TCR or something like that too. Well, you have to worry about the Mo Powers too.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
Pico.
If we can make a move to get that Cola guy, he's not that great, but he's pretty good.
Which cola? Pico or cola?
The Cola, not the Cola Motorsports. The guy that's not that great, but pretty good.
He's already been signed by. He's already been picked up on both sides. I thought about picking him up, but it would have been out of spite from my dream team getting picked ahead of me in the draft. I was a little upset by that. Literally every driver that I was wanting to draft in the draft got picked up 1, 2, and 3. So that was a little unexpected. As we got a 2x2 battle for second and for fourth.
Yeah, these guys have been side by side, the 22 and 8, for about 2 laps now, and the 22 is going to slide right up, but he's going to open the door for a crossover by Pete Cola, and there it is. They're side by side again for what appears to be the third lap in a row. Literally, it's Duke City.
15 laps to go now. Sorry, I had a phone call. Back.
McLovin's just loving all this battling behind him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just Sunday driving for him.
We're going to see it again. Oh, he tried to cut underneath the 22, a little bit of contact with the right rear, but everybody sorted out second through fourth, or fifth.
If the 22 was able to check up and keep them side by side in the corner right there, that was actually pretty smart. Ooh, as he catches the wall. Good move by keeping it up there, though.
Loses 3 spots for that, but he's got speed, so if he didn't get any damage, he should be fine.
McLovin up front pulling away.
The 8 definitely wanted to see that. He slides into second uncontested right now. And if those guys behind him keep fighting, obviously that 1 point at stake is huge for Wide Open right now, and the same for Monster. But P. Cole is definitely seeing that and thinking, all right, yeah, you guys just fight back there. Let me do what I need to do. Celtics saying Mopao and Nuka? Question mark.
I like it.
Possibility.
Mopao Owen.
There we go.
That's just normally like boring. Sounds like normal Bob.
Hi, how are you?
Mopao and normal Bob. There we go.
Again, appreciate everybody tuning in out there to see this short track playoff battle, trying to make it to Homestead for the finale.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but as of right now, it's looking like a race to see who finishes second to McLovin. Because he's McMovin right now, if I had to say.
We've seen that a lot this season, though, so it's not new.
Ooh, 22.
No, definitely not new.
22 and the 1 getting into it right there a little bit. They're crossing each other up again, looking like Allen Iverson out here on the track.
That is true. Celtics asking why the Cup guys didn't get a short track playoff race, and I think we would have got some pretty good action from that, but every series is different.
Yeah, not Celtics. I wish we would have got some short track racing too. That's kind of mine and Celtics strengths, but we didn't make the schedule, and whoever did, kind of a douche.
If we were reversed tonight, I would have been A-okay. Wow. We got a new most professional broadcaster in the booth. It's Steve Smith. Sorry, NRG.
Hey, I'm surprised he's not right up here with me, honestly.
Our little bee's nest we had going on as a battle for second is now chilled out just a tad bit. 22 and the 36, 36 wide open. Now watching the 8 in front of them. From the 8's point of view, Pete Cola, I cannot see McLovin right now. There he is, okay. Almost has a straightaway lead on second place.
And behind them, Buck and Jay Tizzle running a little closer together. They're also in this little points battle for the final spots.
We got 6 to go, 5 to go here. I'll have to take a peek at the stream real quick.
Again, McLovin is locked into Homestead. He will be racing for a championship next week. But behind him, there are 7 or 8 drivers battling for 3 more spots.
5 to go here in stage 2. With the running order right now, what's the point situation looking like?
Right now with wide open, Picola's in second actually.
Picola, yep.
We got a good angle on the camera right here. Monster's trying to get up underneath the 36 of wide open to get that third spot away. With Picola in second, that would give him 53. Wide open does have the third spot. He'd have 56. And that would just tighten the points even further if Picola gets the second spot right here.
Yeah, that would put a tie between Buck and Wide Open for the second spot. Third spot would be...
as if it wasn't that close already.
Right.
Third spot would be, what, 1 point back?
Yeah, I do believe so.
With Monster. And then, Monster also could get this last spot, which would actually put Monster up there tied, I believe.
Yeah, that's an important battle right here between the 36 and the 22 for that one spot. As Picola has pulled away from these two.
Is that right the stage?
So Picola taking home second. McLovin, obviously, coming home with the win.
The JCR McLovin car. Alright, so Picola gets second. That gets him 53. And wide open that got that one there. And third. Alright, so that puts a 3-way tie for the first car out between Puddin, Jay Tizzle, and Picola. They're 2 points behind Monster right now with 55. But between second and fourth, it's only 3 points. Actually, between second and seventh, it's only 3 points.
So Buck could be saved by the bell, but being tied for second right now, he's got to at least get ahead of some of the guys that he's racing with. So that'd be Monster, that'd be Puddin, Jay Tizzle, Picola. He's got to get up near those guys at least. He can probably lose to 3 of them. Actually, no, 2 of them. But he can't lose to all of them. So he's got to try to do something, pull something out of his rabbit hat there. But off to a pretty good start again. The 8 on the outside of McLovin.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be a battle of... Now, right now, with the way they've been running, Picola Gator would need to get... He would need to be running pretty consistently where he's at right now to have any shot. Puddin and Jay Tizzle would need to move up a little further to have a chance. But if it stays wide open, a Monster up here battling for this. It's, I don't know. Boy, it's still anybody's game out there, honestly. Right now, McLovin is locked in. Buck has 56 points. Wide Open has 56 points. Monster, the last car in, has 55 points. Puddin, Jay Tizzle, and Picola Gator are all tied with 53 points. And Got Nub has 51.
You've seen 3 wide. Puddin sending it up the middle. He wants to make the championship forward, doing whatever he can. Not going to stick, though. He's going to fall back to the 5th spot, but definitely an interesting move there from Puddin, trying to do whatever he can.
Yeah, Puddin's driving the wheels off of it right now, and rightfully so, because Puddin's think in his mind right now, he's got to do whatever he can to make sure he gets into the next round, the final round of the playoffs. So he's trying to make it happen. Buck too. He started up towards the front, and we really haven't seen him move back up there. He does have a lot of cars to pass though, and the way McLovin and some of those other cars are moving up there, is he gonna abuse his stuff to the point where if he does get up there, it's gonna be pointless?
Yeah, and right now we got the 8, the 36, and the 22 riding second, third, and fourth. So those guys basically just about, if they were to run like this, they don't have to battle. Obviously, they want to try to get up there and get as high as they can in the standings. But they don't really have to fight because I think right now we would be looking at our championship 4 going into Homestead.
If Buck wants to make it into the championship 4, though, he's gonna have to get by some cars. He cannot finish behind C.E.O Gator or J Tizzle, definitely. You'd like to see Monster. Honestly, the way it's looking right now, the points is kind of backwards from the running order, so we might have a pretty close battle for that last spot. It could be 1 point separating second to fifth.
And it would be interesting if a tie is in order, if Buck were to tie with someone, depending on who it would be and where he would be running at the end of this race. But again, we have a pretty long last stage. I think it's about 50 laps on the dot, around there.
Well, you did just run one of these
48,
races.
47? So. 47, I think, is exactly what it is. So,
McLovin is out front sort of comfortably right now.
And those 3 cars behind him tightening up closer and closer every lap. The 22 kind of shoving the 36, saying, hey, man, let's get up there and fight. Anthony Carf saying what's up in the chat. What's up, Anthony? Hope you're having a good night. Thank you for tuning in on this action. Pretty good cutoff race here in Richmond.
There's a 3-car battle right here brewing between, well, it's trying to turn into 2 cars between the 36 and the 22. 8's trying to catch up to the 7. But further back, Racer X is under pressure from Buck and got Nub as J Tizzle and Puddin are having a side-by-side battle further back. This is some real intense racing, honestly. The intensity's real high for this last playoff race before Homestead. Everybody wants to get in the Final Four to try to make the championship race. It's going to come down to every position, every point, I feel like, here at the end of this race.
Picola out behind. McLovin kind of got the wall a little bit. Then allowed the 22 and the 36 to catch up to him a little bit, so we might have a battle for second place heating up here.
Anthony Carf said, absolutely, man, I'm going to be coming to development soon. Also got provisional for the Dirt Money race coming to Heat 5. That's pretty good, man. Way to go. And look to see you out there in developmental. Hopefully you get picked up by a team before Season 6. That's right around the corner now. We got 1 race left for most series, actually all of them, except for developmental. And then we're going to roll to Homestead, Miami.
Yeah, we got 3 weeks, 3-week break after we go to Homestead next week. So he's definitely got some time to try to prove himself. I mean, even if he just hops in public lobbies with any of the captains or something and just shows that he's clean and fast, he could definitely get picked up. There's a lot of the captains on both sides that race public lobbies, so it's possible.
Yeah, a lot of us Mo Power guys, we just kind of hang out on pubs sometimes, see what's out there, see who's on, turn some laps.
Man, that seven is just steaming right now. He is flying.
He's got a heater. But car to talk about, actually, as I'm looking on the screen here, we got the 22 and the 8. The 22 has caught the 8, past the 36. Now starting to get a little settled in there. We saw him be able to compete with McLovin in Stage 1, not as much in Stage 2, but The 22 definitely seems to be hitting its stride. It's the 8 catches the ball. That's going to put the 22 up into the second spot.
Yeah, the 22 showed that he was just an adjustment or two away from being able to compete with that 7 car. So I don't know if he maybe went the wrong way on his adjustments or what. But like you said, he's back up in second. McLovin's pretty, he's far ahead, but not so far that it's not possible. So he might have to bank on that 7 car making a mistake, which is seldom. But anything's possible, especially on NASCAR Heat 5 thanks to the 704. Anything technically is possible.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any wall glitches here, but I myself have been in this situation where I've had a pretty decent lead and found a wall glitch. The front straightaway New Hampshire killed me a couple weeks ago, so that was fun. DV8 get right back up on the bumper of the 22, so he's not going to let him go. But if I'm the 8, I'm going to kind of settle in, follow the 22. If the 22, give him about 10, 15 laps. If he's not catching the 7, try to race him. But, you know, you want to give him the time to try to get up there and fight for the win yourself.
Yeah, because you got to think, the more you guys battle, right, the more that 7's going to pull away. So you got to just set the little position battle aside here and try to focus on the bigger picture of trying to win the race.
As Graham said, he's excited to take over the 7 in Customs next year, so he's going to be taking over McLovin's car. It's a good car to take, especially one that's been as dominant as it has for this season.
Sorry about that. Took a phone call.
No problem, we held it down.
Yeah, good job, good job. McLovin is pulling away right now. Battle heating up for second. Oh man, that was not a great phone call actually.
You all good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you about it after this race, but Jesus, that just took me around all off the
As the 8 still following the 22, trying to do something here. McLovin just he's untouchable. Let's be honest. He's done really good all night, as we've seen him do all season. No surprise that he's leading here late in any race, as McLovin's just that type of driver.
Yeah, he's came out and dominated these races. I haven't caught a ton of them, but he's a force to be reckoned with. Him moving up into Cup next season and keeping Team NOCO going. Obviously, that's where I got my starts. Where D got his start, I was on Team NOCO. So happy to see that he's keeping it going rather than it just be gone in the wind. He's going to be probably a championship contender next year in Cup. That also opens up the championship battle here in Custom Xfinity next season too. You got to think he's a major player that's going to be moving up. So we some potential for a new champion down here. Not saying that he's for sure to win it, because like we were talking about a few minutes ago, anything can happen. But he's my pick going into next week.
Yeah, I mean, with everything that he's done this year, it's hard to look at a guy like him, a guy that's dominated like him, and kind of think, you know, that he doesn't have a shot or that he's not the one to do it. Because, I mean, McLovin, it's not just in Giggity. All around, he's very good, very talented. And I'm kind of honestly intimidated as we see the 22 make a big mistake there.
Monster Racing is on pit road.
He's on pit road.
So I think he might have lost an engine here because he's not moving. So championship implications for sure.
Oh, man.
That could slot somebody else into the top 4. I'll give you a second to kind of add that up.
I think, yeah, if he's out, wow, okay. Kowalski status report, D?
Definitely looks like he has lagged out.
Yeah, something big wrong with the 22.
Monster's in the chat right now saying, "Damn BS." Monster, what happened? If you care to tell, did you lag out or? Waiting on an update here from Monster. McLovin still in the lead.
That's gonna shake everything up. Lagging out.
Yeah, wow. That is something you hate to see. That really, Buck around almost collects the leader.
Is that a yellow? Might be. No. I was gonna say I didn't see that happen. I just heard a poof.
I haven't. Yeah, I just barely saw McLovin miss him. Yeah, that RPM still sound up on McLovin's car, so I don't think we're gonna see a yellow for that. Hate to see that for Buck, especially.
Yeah, he's obviously sitting P2 coming into this race, not getting any stage points, and now having that. That's definitely going to basically take him out of contention for the championship. As he's on pit road right now, trying to fix that damage. As we see McLovin coming around the 6th with Puddin also not having a great night. We see him make a little contact with the outside wall there. Right now, though, I believe that does put P. Cola in the playoffs in the championship 4. Sorry. And then I think we also should see Wide Open be able to make it. It's just going to be what's going to happen for those spots that are kind of tied up behind it. Now that Monster's not in it, and now that Buck is not going to finish too well, that's going to shake everything up. That's actually going to move.
10 laps to go here in the race. Sorry to cut you off. But,
that's going to move everybody up.
Yeah, so that is just awful for him. I have been on that side of it before. It could be a server issue, as he said. It hasn't happened to him once during the first half of the season, so it could be 704's fault there with the server. Man, wow, you hate to see that for him, because he was strong.
Yeah, he's definitely been a really good car throughout this race. Definitely had his championship 4 hopes locked in almost for him as long as he ran where he was. But we see everything change in the blink of an eye. We got Buck now not locked in as of right now. I don't think he's locked in because he had to go down pit road when a couple laps down versus Jay Tizzle right now. I have no clue where the points are going to stand after that, because that's a huge shakeup. So we're going to not know until after the race.
Yeah, and then also, barring any penalties, which I don't think there will be, but you never know. We don't catch everything. Like Puddin mentioned earlier in the previous broadcast, it's not official till it's official. So we'll give you a projection here after the race. Just a crazy points battle overall. Whoever gets in is deserving. I will say that, because we had 8 cars. 8. That's crazy. All battling to get into the championship 4. A tremendous season for all of them battling to get into the championship 4, honestly.
And for everybody to be as close as they were going into this race, that means that they all had to have 3 really good races to get themselves here. Actually, it would have been 2, wouldn't it? Math is hard. Struggling.
Yeah, math is hard.
Okay. Another thing about it, Watkins Glen, then Kansas for us. And then we slid right over here to Richmond. So, 3 races. So, 2 really good races for them. And for them to be that close, that just says a lot about this series, as far as the midfield goes. Because these guys are so competitive. They race really hard. And we see guys like Puddin trying to do whatever they can to make this championship 4. This means a lot to these guys.
Yeah, and even though it is a video game, some people might say some of us take this a little too serious. A lot of us really look forward to this every single week. I feel safe to say every single one of us look forward to this every week. So even though, it's not real NASCAR or anything, it means a lot to us. So him lagging out like that really hurts. Even last night in the Custom Cup race, I did have the drive of my life to make it, and I drove as hard as I could, and ultimately I couldn't pull it off. But if you look back, none of these guys if they can be upset for not making the championship four, but a lot of them had really, really good seasons, and that's a plus.
Right now, McLovin's still doing the same thing he's done all day, or all night, really. It is, getting towards 10 p.m. Right now, dominating this race. Was that it? That was it. McLovin
Yep,
is your
I
winner.
believe so. So McLovin bringing it home.
Give me a
Who's
screenshot
the
and I'll do the points real quick.
So, Puddin', if you are listening, anybody in the race that is listening, please send myself, D, or Nuka
All right, I got the
screenshot.
finishing order for you guys right now.
All right, never mind. You got it.
So McLovin coming home first, P-Cola second, Racer X bringing home third, Wide Open Racing coming home in fourth, Jay Tizzle fifth, Got Nub in sixth, Puddin seventh, a 1 lap down, Buck bringing it back eighth, 3 laps down, and Monster Racing finishing last because of his lag out. Your stage winners were McLovin and Monster.
Fastest lap of the race was McLovin. Again, nothing too unexpected. As I cannot, because I'm on a different account, cannot get him in here.
Yeah, I'll try to get him up in here so we can get an interview for everybody out there.
I do need to start adding people on this account. But, again, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to get McLovin in here, and we're going to get the championship four for you. We want you guys to know who it is going into Homestead, Miami. As I believe we will be the last group of guys fighting for a championship, custom and preset Xfinity.
All right, he's got an invite, so just bear with us here. We'll get him up here. D is working on the points as we speak.
All right, if my math is right here, we do have a tie for fourth.
Ooh.
All right, now we got him up here, man. Hey, McLovin, hell of a drive, man. Congratulations. Great win.
All right, well, WRX and Mike told me I had to sound excited when I came up here. So, woo! Yeah! Another dub. Great racing out there. Freaking fantastic.
Yeah, and with the points battle being the way it was, it even made it even more great.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I don't know what the points battle was for everyone else, but I'm sure it was close.
Who's the tie there, D?
All right, in second place, we have Wide Open with 83 points. In third place, we have Pico Gator with 82. And tied for fourth, we have Buck with 79 and Jay Tizzle with 79. But as Jay Tizzle was the higher finisher between the two, it looks like he will take that last spot.
Oh, well,
That's
congratulations.
unofficial. That's unofficial though at the moment though.
This moment. But no, man, car was pretty good. I actually did a spring adjustment while the preset race is on and went with it, but I didn't like it, so I ended up having to make about 3 clicks down on the wedge during the race, and then the thing was close to back to where I had it to, about a half a tenth off of the speed I had before, but it was still good enough to get the job done.
Man, you sure proved it. Going into next week, you confident you can bring
I
it home?
mean, I'm confident, but, it's one race. Anything can happen, and, I mean, the streak
Sure.
I've been on's got to end soon enough because that makes 9 straight races that I've entered in Xfinity that I've won. So, I mean, the odds are kind of against me, actually, but I'm going to do my best to make it 10 in a row and bring home win number 15 of the season and hopefully the championship for Noka.
Yeah, man, and with all the stuff going on for Noko, with his wife and everything, I know it would mean the world to him for you to bring home the championship and just capitalize the great season you've done so far, and just keep Noko's team dominant. Continue it without him here. I know he'd be proud of you. So
Thank you, man. And
Yeah.
that's the plan. I'm also running a charity event on Saturday if anyone's interested at 8:30 Eastern time. That will be at Auto Club 50%er stages, no cautions, and it's a $10 entry fee to get in. But we got a few people so far. Got the Bear, Rusty Walrus, and a few others. Hopefully, we can get a few more, and have a good race for Noco. And it's all going to where it's a good cause for him. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dealing with cancer and stuff, I know firsthand with some of my loved ones. We got 12 people watching out here though, so if anybody's interested in that, just get a hold of McLovin. Yeah, but yeah, get you guys got anything to add here? Any more questions for him or?
Just another great race, McLovin. He did a really good job tonight. No one, I saw that the 22 was able to kind of stick with you there in the long run in stage one, but other than that, man, great job. Congrats on the championship bid.
thanks, man. Hopefully, I can get it done.
Yeah, go ahead and shout out JCR real quick while you if you want to get your plug in real quick before we wrap this up.
Oh, of course, yeah. Shout out to JCR, great group of guys that I work with over in our as a team. Uh, just really trying to get our name out there. We have a new YouTube channel where we're putting some of the best setups out there. You can go check that out. That's JCR Equipment and Setups. And we're really happy to be sponsoring this league, man. And y'all been putting on some great racing, so we're happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. We
All
really
right.
appreciate you guys sponsoring, putting up that prizes for everybody in the different championships.
All right, good talk. I think that can about wrap it up for tonight. Good luck heading into Homestead next week. I know the odds are kind of, well, you got all the cards in your hand, but the odds are stacked against you, it seems like, right now. It seems like you're due for a loss. So, we'll see how that goes heading into Homestead next week. Yeah, that'll about wrap it up for tonight's races. Again, unofficially, your final four is McLovin, Wide Open, P. Colligator, and J. Tizzle. But we will, if that is wrong, we will put an update out there sometime this weekend. Probably have a little giggity get down sometime this weekend before the championship week starts. But
Yep.
until then, uh, I think we can call this one a night, guys.
Yep, it's been kind of a Mopal Thursday, but we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you tuning in. Congrats to Championship 4.
All right, y'all have a great night.